alongside my friend and colleague, Erica Hill. Great to have you here, always. And we begin with breaking news on the Epstein files. The Justice Department releasing 30,000 more pages of documents, now 4 days after their expired deadline. The latest batch that dropped overnight includes references to flights that then private citizen Donald Trump took on Epstein's plane in the 90s. Also, a disturbing handwritten letter signed J. Epstein to convicted sex offender Larry Nassar that appears to make a crude reference to President Trump but does not explicitly name him. We will note President Trump has not been accused of any wrongdoing.
The Justice Department, they're also releasing a statement today which reads in part, quote, some of these documents contain untrue and sensationalist claims made against President Trump, going on to say the claims are unfounded and false. One of Epstein's survivors earlier on CNN blasting that defense. Does DOJ have a point there?
No, I think their point is moot. There are a lot of missing documents thus far, and a lot of redacted, unnecessarily redacted documents that have been coming out. And it's really disappointing. The DOJ is very, very sloppy.
Survivor Haley Robeson also calling for President Trump to be impeached.
I redact any support I've ever given to him, Pam Bondi, Kash Patel. I am so disgusted with this administration. I think that Pam Bondi and Kash Patel both need to resign, and I would like to see number 47 get impeached over this.
CNN senior reporter Marshall Cohen joining us now with a closer look. So first of all, walk us through this handwritten letter.
It's disturbing. And we've known for a few years that it existed. It was reported a couple years back that Epstein tried to, or maybe even did, send a letter to Larry Nassar, but we have never seen it before today. Here's what we know, and here's what we don't exactly know. We know that this letter came out of the prison where Epstein was living, and that it was signed by J. Epstein and addressed to Larry Nassar. And it was postmarked just a few days after Epstein's suicide. Now, of course, the timing does line up because not everything that's sent out of a prison is instantly sent out. Sometimes they look at it, so no crazy conspiracy there. But what it said was really, frankly, gross and disgusting. I'll read it to you. It says, quote, as you know by now, I have taken the short route home. Good luck. We shared one thing, our love and caring for young ladies and the hope they'd reach their full potential. Our president also shares our love of young nubile girls. So a disgusting apparent message from one convicted sexual predator to another. I should note, though, to be totally crystal clear that Donald Trump has never been accused by law enforcement of any involvement in any of these abuses.
And a subpoena for Mar-a-Lago was also in this new batch. What does it say?
Yeah, we didn't know about that. This was on the eve of the Ghislaine Maxwell trial. That, of course, is the now convicted accomplice of Jeffrey Epstein. October 2021, subpoena sent by the DOJ to Mar-a-Lago. Parts of it are redacted. We're not 1,000% clear who they were seeking information about, but we know that they were seeking information about employment records, somebody who had worked at Mar-a-Lago. And there were some people and some Epstein victims and survivors that had worked at Mar-a-Lago and then subsequently went over to Epstein's estate down there as well.
I also want to ask you about, as we referenced, that Donald Trump is mentioned in flight records.
Yes.
Talk to us a little bit more about not only the timing of those flights, but who else was on board.
Well, it's so notable because he previously said he was never on Epstein's jet. And now this morning we saw for the first time ever an email that a Justice Department prosecutor sent to one of their colleagues in January 2020. I'm going to just read for you a little bit of what it said. The flight records we received yesterday reflect that Donald Trump traveled on Epstein's private jet many more times than previously had been reported or that we were aware. So it was news to them at that time, and it's news to us now. 8 flights in the 1990s. According to this email, Ghislaine Maxwell was on some of those flights. One of those flights, the passenger manifest was Donald Trump, Jeffrey Epstein, and someone described as a 20-year-old. And there were also a few of the flights that had passengers on board who were potential witnesses in the Maxwell sex trafficking trial.
Some certainly significant information in this latest Marshall. Appreciate it. Thank you. There are also new developments to tell you about today in the wake of the mass shooting